Give me some minutes, and I will kill your lust. Not because I'm special, not because I'm stronger than you, but because lust doesn't survive awareness. It survives silence. Right now, you think lust is just desire, something natural, something harmless. But if it were harmless, it wouldn't be controlling you. If it were normal, it wouldn't be draining you. And if it were innocent, it wouldn't leave you feeling empty every single time. Lust doesn't attack you loudly. It whispers. It waits until you're alone, until you're tired, until your guard is down. And then it convinces you that one moment won't matter, that this time is different, that you deserve it. And every time you believe that lie, something inside you weakens. Not your body, your identity. You lose respect for yourself in small, invisible ways. You stop trusting your own word. You promise yourself last time and then break it again. And slowly, without realizing it, you train your brain to see you as someone who can't be trusted. That's the real damage, not the act, the loss of self-command. You don't feel it immediately, you feel it later, when you avoid eye contact, when confidence feels forced, when discipline feels heavy, when motivation disappears for no clear reason. You call it laziness, you call it low energy, you call it bad luck. But deep down, you know the truth. You are leaking power. Here's what most people get wrong. They think defeating lust is about resisting harder, about clenching your teeth, about fighting urges with willpower. That's why they keep losing. Willpower is not designed to fight a system that's been trained for years. You don't rise to your intentions, you fall to your conditioning. Right now, your environment is stronger than your discipline. Your phone has access to your weakness. Your nights have no structure. Your mind has been taught that pleasure equals relief. So when the urge comes, you don't decide, you react. And reaction is not choice, it's programming. But here's the part that should wake you up. Lust is not the enemy, it's the signal. It shows you where you're unfulfilled, where you're bored, where you're lonely, where you're avoiding something harder. That's why killing lust without fixing the root never works. You're not addicted to pleasure, you're escaping discomfort. And until you face that discomfort, lust will keep returning in different forms. Give me time minutes, not to motivate you, but to reframe how you see yourself. You are not weak, you are not broken, you are not beyond control. You are simply untrained. And training begins with awareness, not shame. This is where it starts, not with force, with clarity. Clarity changes everything. The moment you stop seeing lust as pleasure and start seeing it as theft, your relationship with it shifts. Because lust doesn't just take minutes from your day, it takes direction from your life. Every urge follows a pattern. It doesn't appear randomly. It appears when your standards are low and your mind is idle, when your day has no structure, when your goals are vague, when your body is still and your screen is glowing. That's why you keep promising yourself discipline tomorrow, because tomorrow feels powerful, but tonight feels empty. Lust feeds on that emptiness. And here's the uncomfortable truth most people avoid. If your life had meaning that demanded your energy, lust wouldn't stand a chance. It only dominates when nothing else is asking more of you. That's why high-purpose men don't fight lust all day. They don't have time. Their attention is occupied by something heavier than pleasure. Right now, your mind has too much freedom and no responsibility, so it chooses the easiest reward available. And the brain loves easy rewards. Every time you give in, you reinforce a loop. Urge, action, relief, guilt, repeat. Your brain doesn't care about your long-term vision. It cares about what you reward consistently. And right now, you've rewarded weakness enough times that it feels normal. But normal doesn't mean right. It just means repeated. This is where people sabotage themselves. They try to remove lust without replacing it. They cut something out and leave a vacuum behind. Vacuum always pulls something back in. If you don't fill your time with effort, it will fill itself with escape.
If you don't give your body a task, it will seek sensation. If you don't give your mind a mission, it will chase stimulation. That's not failure, that's physics. So the solution isn't suppression, it's redirection. When the urge hits, staying still is the worst thing you can do. Stillness gives the mind room to negotiate, and your mind is a lawyer that knows all your excuses. Movement breaks the spell. Action interrupts the loop. Even 5 minutes of physical effort can collapse an urge that felt impossible seconds earlier. Not because the desire vanished, but because you reminded your nervous system who's in charge. Control is not an emotion, it's a practice. And practice requires repetition under pressure. You don't wait to feel strong to act disciplined. You act disciplined until strength becomes familiar. This is why your environment matters more than motivation. If your phone is always within reach, lust will always have a doorway. If your nights are unplanned, urges will always fill the gap. If your triggers remain untouched, you're not serious about change. Make access difficult, not because you lack control, but because you respect your future self enough to remove unnecessary tests. Strength isn't proven by temptation, it's proven by preparation. And here's the shift that changes everything. You quit lust not because it's bad, you quit because you want something better. A clearer mind, heavier focus, a presence that doesn't feel scattered, confidence that isn't performative. When you choose discipline, you're not losing pleasure, you're reclaiming direction, and direction is addictive in its own way. This is the turning point, where you stop reacting and start leading. Leading yourself means making decisions before desire gets a vote. Most people wait until the urge arrives and then ask themselves what to do. By that point, the battle is already tilted. Discipline is decided in advance, not in the moment. If you leave your standards negotiable, your weakest state will always rewrite them. That's why you swear you'll change in the morning and betray yourself at night. You're letting two different versions of you make the rules. The tired version always loses. So the question is not, how do I resist lust? The real question is, why does lust have so much access to me? Access is everything. Your brain is not evil, it's efficient. It follows the path with the least resistance. And right now, lust is the easiest escape you've given it. You've trained yourself to reach for stimulation whenever discomfort shows up. Boredom, stress, loneliness, silence. Instead of sitting with those feelings, you mute them. And every time you mute them, they come back louder next time. This is why discipline feels exhausting to you. You're trying to build control on top of avoidance. Real control comes from tolerance, the ability to sit with discomfort without immediately numbing it, the ability to feel an urge without obeying it. Not because you're forcing yourself, but because you're no longer afraid of the feeling. Urges are waves. They rise, they peak, they fall. They only feel permanent because you've never stayed long enough to see them pass. The first time you don't act, it feels unbearable. The second time, it feels difficult. The third time, it feels manageable. And then, one day, it feels small. Not gone, small. That's how training works. But training requires honesty. You must admit what lust is really costing you. Not in theory, in your own life. It's costing you mental sharpness. It's costing you momentum. It's costing you self-respect. And slowly, quietly, it's costing you ambition. You don't notice it in one day. You notice it when weeks pass and nothing changes. When you feel busy but unfulfilled. When your potential feels distant and unclear. That's the tax of indulgence. And here's the shift that separates men who change from men who talk about change. They stop romanticizing their struggle. You don't need to be gentle with a habit that's draining you. You don't need to negotiate with something that's weakening you. And you don't need to wait for motivation to protect your future. You act because delay is expensive. Every time you say just this once, you reinforce the identity you're trying to escape. And every time you say no, even quietly, you strengthen the one you want to become. Identity is built in private moments, not when someone is watching, not when it's easy, but when there is no reward except self-respect. This is where the real battle is fought, not against lust, but against the version of you that keeps choosing comfort over growth. And the moment you stop feeding that version, it begins to starve. You don't need perfection, you need consistency under pressure, and pressure is coming, it always does. The difference now is that you're no longer unprepared. Preparation is what turns pressure into progress. Without it, pressure crushes you. With it, pressure sharpens you. Most people think change happens when they feel ready, but readiness is a myth. You don't wake up one day suddenly immune to temptation. You become immune by repeatedly choosing alignment over impulse. Lust doesn't disappear